Hello everyone, welcome back to this vlog. Today we have with Sabine Temin, which is the CEO of Luxury Retail. Sabine has more than 15 years of experience in training in the luxury sector. So thank you very much for accepting this interview. Sabine, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, Pascal. I'm very happy to be with you and to share with you my expertise in luxury industry. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Yeah, with your experience, after 15 years, I think you've got a lot of stories and information to give to the community. So thank you very much for accepting this challenge. So we're going to start with. I would love to start with the journey into learning and culture. So let's talk a little bit about for you to give us some information about your professional journey. So you build your expertise around the code of luxury and retail excellence. What first pulled you into training and learning, and when did you realize that it was your lane?
So, in fact, I did a lot of studies. I did an MBA in Philadelphia a long time ago, and I used to work for a Big Five, a consultant company. Then I decided to go back to studies, and I'm doing the MBA at Sub de Luxe because I wanted to work on the luxury industry. And I was a beginner. I didn't know anything about luxury. So I go back on studies, and then really fast, I was working for a consultant company dedicated to training. And then I really enjoy working there because I learned so much regarding the storytelling of the company, regarding all the information when you belong to the fashion industry, watches industry, jewelry industry. So in order to challenge myself, I really enjoy going from one sector to another and be in contact with the sales advisor, because I realized that a sales advisor in the luxury industry is totally different than a sales advisor in fast fashion, for example. And I really enjoy gathering my insight and their insight together.
Excellent, excellent. So for you, vision, luxury retail is both craft and culture. Which early role or field moment must shape your view that learning can protect the house standards while improving performance on the floor?
So usually when a sales advisor come into luxury brands, they have some training session about the culture of the company, about the founder, about the storytelling, about the DNA, about the product. They also have, they give them a selling ceremony, but it's not that important. What is important for the company is to know the DNA and the value of the company. So what is interesting is that because I'm working in a lot of industries, as an internal consultant, I can give my insight about their own selling ceremony. A selling ceremony in the luxury industry goes in 5 steps: the discovery phase, the greeting phase, the discovery phase, proposal phase, then objection and conclusion. It's all the time the same thing. Now, what sales advisors need to understand in that in fashion, customer will enjoy to hear that kind of information about, for example, a great ambassador or about a new campaign. Regarding watches and jewelry, it's very interesting to speak about the craftsmanship, but maybe another client will be very happy to learn more about the last brand ambassador, or to learn more about what they can do by wearing their watches, for example. So what is interesting is that with one selling ceremony for each brand, we can share so much example to the sales advisor in order to be in contact with the client, to be client focused, not only product focused. What is interesting is to make the link between what they have learned inside the company, what they give them, but again, the DNA, storytelling, etc., and what the customer wants to hear. So it's all about small talks. It's all about to take care about the information the client will give you by asking them good question and to have an active listening. This is a link between soft skills and product orientation.
Now, you've been working in across multiple luxury sectors. So, what influence, or how do you manage the switch from one industry, for example, fashion, to luxury automotive? What is the process, or what are the differences?
So the difference is huge. Usually when I'm doing a training session for a company, first of all, I immerse myself into the company. Then I talked a lot with with the person who is in charge in the project with me. And because I'm doing bespoke training session, because I'm doing only sur-mesure training session, I read a lot. I ask a lot of questions in order to better understand their stakes and what they really want. So when I did a training session for a wedding brand, for example. So it's quite different to sell the wedding dress than to sell, for example, watches. And I did a training session for One and Spirit, a very good French company. So I didn't drink to become more efficient in that training session, but I speak a lot with the person, with the commercial. I ask a lot of questions and I read a lot. I read a lot of information because I think what makes my difference is that I go deeper to the brand in order to well answer the need to the company.
Yes, behind the sector, you have the brand universe as well that must like change everything. Uh,
Exactly.
do you have a specific, I would say, a project that change, yeah, make an impact in the way you conceive the approach of learning?
I don't have a project because each project is different, each brand is different, and I can say that I reinvent myself all the time. I don't. I really want to improve myself also, and Pascal, how much the retail landscape is changing. So what I was saying 1 year ago is not anymore accurate today because client customer change also their mind. They are not only demanding, but they are they want to have everything very fast. They know a lot of things also. So regarding a sales advisor, sometimes customer know better about the brand than the sales advisor. So in order to reinvent myself, I need to be very accurate also about the news of the brand. And each project for me is new, and that's why in order to answer to the need of the customers, of my clients, we need to understand that customers change, customers are evolving, and in order to make them buy the product inside the boutique, we need to change the mindset also of the sales associate.
When you come to the training by himself, on site, and you're meeting your learners, what how the different steps or different techniques are you using, first of all, to make the training memorable, and being sure as well that you are answering the expertise, and give an answer to all the challenging they can meet during their working experience.
So during my training journey, I challenge the participants. I'm not doing a training session from bottom to down because it's not possible for them to be to read like a Canva or a PowerPoint because they're used to be on stage, they're used to be on the boutique. So for me, what works very well is that I'm doing a very, very, very participative training session. I have, for example, I will have an introduction and then I will ask a question. Then I will go back to a wrap up and then I will have another activity and put them in group. So they are all the time in action. And for me, what is very important for them is that my participants are in action. So for example, during the morning, I will have like 4 sequences. So 4 sequences mean 4 important subjects. So I will have at least 4 activities. And then I will do the same for the afternoon. And regarding, for example, an energizer after the lunch, I always says, your participant won't sleep after the lunch. They will sleep 20 minutes after because this is the way that the digestion starts. So I give them an activity. So they have to get up. They have to talk to each other. They have to participate. And in fact, I have so many participants who tells me at the end of the training session, Sabine, I didn't sleep. Sabine, it was so participative. Sabine, this is the end. I didn't see the times. That makes me very happy because I'm succeed in doing my mission.
That was really good to hear that because I'm also a big advocate to activity-based learning. I think it's important that people are really involved into the learning process and not just a spectator of of the session. Do you work differently? For example, do you have like specific program? Like as we were saying, the coacher, so that you have someone in charge that you will identify as a the manager of the team to continue to be the ambassador of continuous learning onto the shop floor?
So it depends. It depends, but because usually there is you have the manager of all the boutiques. What I'm doing is that first of all, how I work. First of all, I go to the boutique. I did some immersion, for example, in the department store, in the flagship, or in travel retails. Then I can construct my pedagogical architecture in order to answer to the need of the client. Then I'm doing my training session. But if you only do your training session and that's it, it's just like you have one coaching in sport and that's it, and you think that you will lose the weight. It's very, very important to follow the participant inside the boutique in order to see if they understand everything, if they have some question about open questions or active listening, for example. So being with them, coaching them inside the boutique, being with them inside the boutique in order to put in practice what they have learned during the training session.
We know that people after training session, they tend to forget too quickly. So what for you will be the ideal agenda for a training? Because I guess it cannot be a one shot. You have to, I will say, regularly reconnect with the team to ensure that bad habits doesn't come back. They keep applying your advice in welcoming the clients, on product selling. So, what will be the ideal agenda over the year for you?
I think that over the year, it will depend on the boutiques. I think that maybe, let's say, they have a network of boutiques. After the training session, we need to identify the boutique that needs more to be trained in stores. So we can say for the first year, let's go to that 5 shops or whatever. Let's go to that. The first year, we will follow this boutique. Then next year, we will do a new training session to onboard a new sales advisor, for example. And then we will go on to the next 10 boutique. So we need to focus more about the one that they need more. They need more the training in store because, as you said, Pascal, of course, habits come back. So we need to teach them, to show them that bad habits come back, but new habits and new mindset can also be very efficient for their customers.
Do you see specific new trends in your profession, for example, playing more scenarios or having sometimes use of multimedia, some videos, or do you record some sessions so they can have access to a specific training material so they can review what they've learned? What are like the big techniques or trends that you can flag today in 2026?
I think I use videos since a long time, so it's
Okay.
not that new. What I see that coming back, it's not what you said, it's about the virtual session. Virtual classes are coming back, so everybody can follow the training session at home or at the boutique, and the costs are less, of course, it's obvious that it's less expensive than gathering people from Nice, from Toulouse, and let them coming back, let them coming in Paris. So virtual session, I think, come back, and I'm very surprised that works too. That works too. I know that I am very strong to onboard people through my virtual session, and also it's the same with the school, with business school.
Yeah, I really like the blending learning because I think it's when we talk about e-learning, uh, people shouldn't expect that everything will be online. And it's important to organize an on-site session as well. And also, when you organize this on-site session, it's so nice to have like a virtual classroom or a platform where you can share material, videos, content, quizzes. And how do you evaluate? Do you do an evaluation after each training, or how do you evaluate, or do you evaluate before and after? How does it work?
So because I'm Calliope, I need to evaluate. So you have an evaluation at the end of the session. And then also brands have their own evaluation. So, but after 2 days, of course, that's a good evaluation. But it's just what about we used to say before, being with them, coaching them, seeing me again. That's what they like because they know me. And then when I'm with them in store, in fact, there is a great impact and input regarding the sales.
That's great. Well, but thank you so much, Sabine. It's been very interesting. We will probably meet again for to develop other topic because there are so much to say, and that was really a first introduction to that people get a way to connect with you, discover you and LUXURYTAIL, your company. We will put all the detail in the description of the video for everyone who want to contact you. But it was a real pleasure and very insightful. Thank you so much, Sabine.
Thank you very much, Pascal, for inviting me and be part of the Learning Lab family. Thank you very much.